everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on Friday Night Fever, Arizona's #1 and longest running high school football show. Welcome to the championship show. We're going to cover every state title game. Cameron Cox coming to you from Mountain America Stadium on campus here in Tempe. We're going to check in with the crew here in just a moment, Lena Washington and Luke Linton. But first, we start with the Open Division title game, one of the biggest games in Arizona high school football history. You got Liberty against Centennial. A West Side school will be crowned Kings of Arizona. Open Division title game for the first time in 41 years. A West Side team is going to own Arizona's top title. Check this out. U of A head coach Jed Fish in the building. No surprise, the Lions strike first. Navi Bruzon. Man, going to really miss watching this guy play. The touchdown pass, extra point is blocked. Liberty up 6-0 early. As expected, the Coyotes answer. That's sophomore running back Owen Reynoso punching it in. Look at that. Touchdown. Centennial leads 7-6. Centennial keeping their foot on the gas. Kanan Manna unloads one downfield. You kidding me? Kenny Worthy is there for the diving touchdown. Boys, he made a lot of plays all year. 56-yard bomb. Coyotes up 14-6. Liberty facing their biggest deficit all season. But here come the Lions. 13 unanswered points to close the half after a block punt. Bruzon runs it in two. He's got an arm and some legs in for the score. Lions lead at the half 19-14. They just keep adding in the third quarter. John Wilson Jr. takes it right in for another Liberty touchdown. Get this, Liberty rolled off 27 unanswered points to go up 33-14. Centennial not done yet. Finally, they get some life and some energy late in the fourth quarter. Another touchdown pass. Coyotes down 33-21, but time is a-ticking, and that's as close as they would get. Liberty, finally, after 3 seasons of knocking on the door, the Lions, then they kick that thing in and win the Open Division state title. 33-21 the final. You know what's coming, folks. Time to go cray-cray in the no-po. One big party brings a lot of emotions after this one. Coach, congratulations. Just what are the emotions? I see the tears coming down your face.
It's just been a long process. It's been 4 years of these guys working their tails off every day, and they've been really close. And after last year, they could have put their head down or blamed someone else. They just worked. So they earned it, and I'm very, very proud of them.
I saw you hug Coach Smith. What was that hug like, the last coach to lead Liberty to a title and now yourself?
Yeah, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. He brought me here, so I owe everything to him and Mr. John Croto for bringing me here years ago.
Keaton, I know Liberty means so much to you and your family. To get this done, just can you put it into words?
No, it's just seeing my brother not be able to get a ring his senior year, and then not see my best friends get a ring, and we got a ring. It's just, I'm so happy. I love this program. So it's happy tears, happy tears. I feel like I'm crying too much, but I'm just so happy.
How did you guys get this done? Beating the team twice like Centennial is tough.
Preparation, Coach Thomas, you know, he'd been working us all year, and just we had a great practice, and we knew we were going to come in and get the job done.
What's it like to cap off a season like this with this team and a program you grew up with?
It's unreal. I can't describe the feeling. All the hard work we put in for 4 years has finally paid off. I'm so happy it happened with this team and these group of guys. These are my brothers for life. To finally get over the hump and then actually win the Open is up, like, it's insane.
Where does this Liberty team rank in your eyes among the great teams of Arizona high school football?
It has to be up the top. I mean, to win the Open is obviously the cherry on top, but I would say it's the top team. One of the top teams in Arizona.
Probably 5 plays in that game that could have turned it around. They did it. They did it. We didn't. So hats off to them. They beat us twice. That's the first team since in 30 years that ever beat us twice in the same season.
Coach, you won 7 of these things. You've been around a long time. How long are you going to keep doing this?
I don't know. I guess I got to talk to the boss.
3 years in a row just being doubted, relentlessly being doubted, and then doing this at the level that we did it at. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Where does this team rank all time in Arizona high school football history?
Statistically, 1.
So Liberty High School, the new kings of Arizona high school football, they could no doubt say they're one of the best teams ever in the history of our state. Congrats to Colin Thomas and his entire staff. Liberty ran through the gauntlet and came out on top. Also, shout out to head coach Richard Taylor and the Centennial Coyotes. Always tough at the end of the year. All right, let's switch gears now and move to 6A. Two very improbable stories to get to this point, right? Red Mountain lost 5 straight regular season games, then ran through the playoffs, knocking off top seed after top seed to get to the state title game. Saguaro, 5 wins in a season for the first time since the mid-2000s, but yet here the SaberCats are back at another title game with a chance to win another title.
Yeah, I tell you what, I don't think many people predicted Saguaro and Red Mountain to be the final 2 teams standing in the 6A division, yet here we are. And oddly enough, these 2 teams helped have the worst combined record ever for a state title game, but they sure did not play like it. Sportsmanship first, and then a whole lot of touchdowns next. Picking up first quarter, Saguaro's Mason Bray going to connect with the speedster J.C. Dickerson for the first score of many on the day in the early 7-zip lead. And of course, the Saguaro student section loving the early action. But the Mountain Lions, they would respond. Isaiah Savoy with the direct snap to the right side and plunges his way past the goal line for the score. And we got ourselves a game, ladies and gentlemen. So we jump ahead late second quarter. SaberCats at it again. The handoff to Jaden Matthews. He's just a shifty runner, which leads him into the end zone for the 14-point lead at the break. Now third quarter, SaberCats applying the pressure. Bray, clean pocket, a clean ball to Dickerson yet again, who goes 60-plus yards before being brought down deep into the red zone. Just a handful of plays later, Bray helps cap off the drive with an easy toss to Camden Siegel, and the tight end is in for another 6. And Saguaro would keep that distance in the second half and go on to win the 6A title 40-20 for the team's 14th championship in program history. We're joined by the man of the hour, head coach Zach Hill with the Saguaro SaberCats coach, 6A state champions. When you hear that long road, tough test to get to this point, what runs through your mind initially?
Boy, it was a long road. You know, we had a lot of ups and downs through this season, some injuries, some losses in there, and you learn. You know, you learn from those things. And we're an experienced team at this point of the year, and we started playing really well. The guys came together, and it's great to be able to finish it here with the win.
You said you learned along the way. What do you think you learned the most about this team to be able to get to this point, to be standing here as 6A champions?
Just to stay with it, you know, to stay with it, and it's all about mentality every day, and we just tried to stay focused on one day at a time each week, and that's what it took, you know, to get here and get through the playoffs and finish it.
We are joined by senior quarterback Mason Bray. Mason, 6A state champ. How does it feel?
I mean, it feels great. All that hard work over the season finally paid off, and this is what I've been looking forward to.
As a senior, to be able to end your career here with Saguaro coming out on top, what do you think you were able to do to be able to be standing here in this position?
Just staying as a team, playing as a team. The season got bumpy over the road. We were 4-5, and now look where we are. I mean, it's football. It's going to get hard. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Things are going to happen. People are going to get injured. We're going to lose games, but just got to bear with it, stick together, and this is what happens. I think just all my guys staying together and knowing that playoff football is different at Saguaro, and just it's either that fight or flight mentality, and a bunch of our guys bought in, and we locked in, and we came out here, and we just had to. We went back to our core values, our DTC. Discipline, toughness, and conviction. I feel like if we have that mindset and we stay mentally focused, we could be any team in the state.
Enjoy, man. Congrats. You deserved it. Saguaro, you're 6A state champions 2023.
Couple of history notes for Saguaro. 17th title game appearance. That's third all-time. SaberCats winning their 14th state title. That's one away from tying Blue Ridge's all-time record with 15. Hey, also congrats to Coach Ingers and Red Mountain, knocking off 3 of the top 5 seeds in 6A. That program year in and year out is one of the toughest in the state. You know they'll be back. Now on to the 5A game, man. Boy, did that game have social media a-buzzing. Higley trying to go back-to-back. Desert Edge trying to knock off Higley back-to-back after the Knights knocked him out of the playoffs last year. This game was a lot of fun. Now let's send it down to the field. Lena Washington has more.
The 5A state title game was shaping up to be a good old-fashioned East Valley versus West Side matchup, with the top 2 teams in the bracket facing off in the final game of the season. The defending champion Higley Knights taking on the Desert Edge Scorpions in an epic battle that would last until the final ticks. The Knights striking early and often in the first half. Quarterback Gunnar Fogrel looking, rolling, and he finds Tavion Suing for the touchdown. Then we see a whole lot of Daxon Hall in the end zone. The senior has been a tutty machine for Higley. The reigning champs build a 22-0 lead in the second quarter. DE getting on the board here. Markai McKinnon bulldozing his way in for the first Scorpions touchdown of the game, but McKinnon was among the 16 Desert Edge players ejected after this skirmish. Higley had 3 players ejected. The Knights lead 28-13 at halftime, and they keep rolling, building a 29-point lead in the third quarter. That's when the shorthanded Scorpions come alive. Quarterback Hezekiah Millender airing it out to Kezion Dia Johnson, who takes it to the house for a 79-yard score. DE making big plays and getting stops. Suddenly, it's a 7-point game with 1 second left. Watch as defensive stud Deshaun Warner takes the direct snap and scores. The Scorpions going for 2 and the win. Warner in the end zone again, but there's a flag and a hold is called on Desert Edge. This is the play that has everyone talking because the next 2-point attempt is no good. A controversial ending to a thrilling 5A state title game. Higley repeating as champs after a 42-41 win over Desert Edge. Gangsters don't dance.
We boogie, right? But just remember, like, you can't spell beast without the east, so the east side came through tonight to get it done.
So the Knights are going back to back.
Can I get back to you so we can go back to back?
Oh, bars! They keep the crown in the kingdom, but the emotions were raw on the Desert Edge sideline as the Carter twins come up just 2 points shy of a state championship win.
Desert Edge put up a good fight. They came roaring back. You know, they could have put their tail between their legs, but the Carter brothers do a good job over there. So I was just proud of our guys holding on and making a big play there at the end. It's a great feeling, right? Our kids played hard. It's awesome. I can't describe it right now.
Wow, this is amazing. It's literally a dream come true. I can't believe this is happening. From the journey that we've had throughout the season, our ups and downs, battle adversity, but found a way to win in the end. It's awesome. We're building a foundation, a dynasty at this program. It's so cool to see. Our seniors created a great culture of love and brotherhood for all of us. We all love and trust each other. It's so much fun.
It's amazing. Definitely like a senior year, back-to-back. You can't really ask for anything more than that. For our seniors, it was our last game, and we knew that we just had to play hard and do our thing, and we came out with a win.
Congratulations to the Higley Knights for winning the 5A state title and the Desert Edge Scorpions for making it here. These are 2 programs on the rise, and they delivered a classic title game in 2023. Cam?
Hey, congrats to Higley and head coach Eddie Zuby. What a coaching job. They had a target on their back all year long, did not flinch, and they're without question the kings of 5A. Hey, also want to send a big congratulations to the Carter twins and Desert Edge. What a phenomenal comeback by them. Down 16 kids. They were playing freshmen and JV kids out of position, learning on the fly. They scored 28 unanswered points and were 1 tough call away from winning. One of the best coaching jobs I've ever seen right here on the Fever. 2 great programs with great leaders doing great things in the community. All right, now let's move on to 4A. More drama against teams from opposite ends of the state. Bring them out, bring them out. Yuma Catholic looking for their first state title since 2014. Canyon Del Oro hasn't won one since 2009. Remember the name Caden Luke. Kid carried CDO. 31 carries, 217 yards rushing. CDO up 21-7. Make it 35-14 in the fourth. How about this play? Grant Young stepping right in front of the pass. That's an Oski. He takes it back 60 yards for the touchdown. You kidding me? CDO partying early. But hold everything, folks. Cue the comeback. YC, like they done all year, they never go quietly. They make it a 1-score game late in the fourth. Shamrocks just down 35-27. Last chance for YC. We got some drama. Close to the end zone. Need a touchdown, but the pass is incomplete. Ball game. CDO holds on to win 35-27. Head coach Dustin Peace was there back in 2009. Now he brings another title home for CDO. And judging from his bleeding hand, he left it all on the field too. I've seen guys bleed after the game. I don't think I've ever seen a coach all bloody after the game. I guess you left it on the field too.
Yeah, you know, we told the kids, you know, the game was going to be won throughout the week. This is going to last a lifetime. This celebration doesn't end, you know. We just had some teams from way back that we honored, and we're going to be part of the legacy of CDO. Just so proud of our team.
We've been playing together since we were 8 years old, and I think this is the way we wanted to go out for sure, and we just made it happen. I think most of us live in the same vicinity of Tucson up north, and I think this is a great way to show everybody that Tucson is on the map for sure.
All of our hard work during the summer pays off, and there's nothing I can say. We're all a team. We're all one unit.
State champs.
Yes, sir. State champs. State champs.
And congrats to CDO, a perfect 14-0 season, 4th state title in school history. Also, shout out to Yuma Catholic. They went from dominating the small schools to being one of the best teams in 4A. Speaking of the small schools, coming up on Friday Night Fever, the championship show from here at Mountain America Stadium. We look back at some of the best moments from 3A, 2A, and the 1A games, including a Valley quarterback tying a national record. Welcome back to Friday Night Fever, our championship show. Cameron Cox coming to you from Mountain America Stadium. Season 34 here on The Fever, Arizona's #1 and longest running high school football show in 3A all season long. One of the best quarterbacks in the country from right here in the Valley. Luke Lydon on the field with more from the 3A title game between Paradise Honors and Sabino.
Thanks, Cam. Now, we all know there are video game numbers, and then there are also numbers that Paradise Honors quarterback Gage Baker puts up. And Baker writing his name in the national record books. The Panthers, out of surprise, making a name for themselves on the west side. Playing in their first state title, they come up short, falling to Sabino 68-46. The SaberCats win their 4th state title, first since 1998, and Baker threw 8 touchdowns. His last one in the 4th quarter tied the national record for most TD passes in a single season with 91. Baker, who already set a bunch of AZ records, finished with 6,040 yards passing this season, good for 3rd highest total ever in the country.
Of course, it's always going to be there. You're going to see it. I mean, years down the line, hopefully you'll get to remember the moment. I mean, of course, we wanted to come away with the state victory. That's always the #1 goal, but it's always nice to have those records too.
Oh, it was a blessing to coach him these last 3 years, and I'm proud of him and everything he's done for this team and really this program of turning it around and kind of, putting Paradise Honors on the map.
Congratulations to the Scottsdale Christian Academy Eagles, who are the new state champions in 2A after knocking off top-seeded Pima 41-24, taking the title from the Rough Riders, who had their 25-game winning streak snapped. SCA quarterback Jack Atkinson throwing 4 touchdown passes in the win, helping this Eagles team make history.
Hey, it's an amazing feeling, man. It's like, they did it in 8-man and all that stuff. Ever since we went up to 11-man, never even been to the state championship. First time we go, we win it. I mean, it's special.
Last night, I was just driving around by myself, and I was just thinking, I've really been playing football since I was 5, so it's been a heck of a ride, so, yeah.
And how cool is this? 51 years in the making. Hayden facing Mogion for the 1A title back in mid-November. Hayden's DeAndre Collier got the party started. He's taking that one to the house for the first of 3 touchdowns on the game. Then how about Hayden pulling out the flea flicker, because Why not? Pretty cool. Paul Gaither gets the ball and throws a dime to Keto Larona, who takes it down just short of the end zone. They would score a few plays later and let the celebration begin. Hayden wins 62-30, claiming their first state title since 1972. Coming up on the Friday Night Fever Championship Show, it's time for the best plays from Championship Weekend. You know the drill. You know what's coming. We call them our hot shots. Next on the FNF.
Hi, we're Saguaro, and you're watching Friday Night Fever. Let's go, Saguaro!
Welcome back to Friday Night Fever, the championship show. Time for the plays of the week. Of course, we call them our hot shots. Play number one comes from Centennial. Yes, they came up short in the Open Division title game, but this team has been battle-tested, so good all year long. So is number one, Kenneth Worthy. Check out the diving touchdown grab right here, 56-yard bomb. That put the Coyotes up early in the game. Of course, Liberty went on to win. But what a year for Centennial and head coach Richard Taylor. Play number two, Saguaro's Jaden Matthews. We have called his name a bunch here on the Fever. That dude runs hard, juking, taking a hit, spinning, staying alive, and in for the touchdown. How about those SaberCats? Saguaro beats Red Mountain to capture the 6A title. Play number three comes from the back-to-back state champs, Higley's Gunnar Fagrell. The TD pass to Tavion Sewing. Great dive and snag, keeping his feet in bounds for the touchdown. Higley's offense, good all season. The Knights go up big and hold on the final play to win their second state title. Go vote right now for your favorite play on 12news.com or open the 12 News app. Voting goes all week until Friday morning at 10 a.m. The winner is revealed next Friday here on the season finale of the Fever. We'll also name our Hot Shot of the Year award. And congrats to the Hot Shot winner from last week, the semifinal week, running back Isaiah Savoy from Red Mountain. His go-ahead two-point conversion gave the Mountain Lions the upset win over number one Higley in the 6A semis. Of course, Red Mountain upset 3 of the top 5 seeds in 6A to get to the title game. A great season for Red Mountain. We'll be right back. Hey, don't forget, we got one show left in season 34 of Friday Night Fever. It's our annual award show coming up this Friday back at 11:35. We're going to hand out our Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year awards, our Coach of the Year, and name our all-Fever team. So for the final time, be a believer, catch the season finale of the Fever Friday night at 11:35. And that'll do it for us here at Mountain America Stadium for our championship show. Thank you so much for watching. For everyone working late, getting Friday Night Fever on the air, good night and God bless.